to Third Eye on the Prize, a portal for presence in a world addicted to appearances. If you're feeling sad and maybe helpless about what's happening on a big scale right now, you have a lot of company and every reason to feel that way. This episode shines a light on something we cherish that's being threatened. Not to be pessimistic, but to look with open eyes, open mind, and open heart, to find alignment with what is. I'll start with 3 things I cherish: innovation, brilliance, and creativity. The anti-immigrant mania that we're watching play out right now threatens these things that I consider precious. And by the way, I don't think it's an exaggeration to call it mania. Armed, mass government agents snatching people off the streets. In a previous episode called Art as Mirror, Ego as Censor, I addressed the censorship of artists. But in today's episode, I want to talk about the growing threat to scientists, research labs, and universities, especially at the doctoral and postdoctoral levels. Disproportionate numbers of STEM graduate and postdoc students come from other countries. This is a huge umbrella of fields that includes biochemistry, genetics, nursing, computer science, mathematics, and many, many others. Visas and financial help are much harder to come by. And in a recent poll, an overwhelming number of scientists said they are seriously considering leaving the United States because it's becoming a hostile environment. They can't sustain their work without support. They're looking at Canada, Australia, Europe, and other places that are more welcoming. In other words, the way this country used to be. Let's be clear, the pipeline for this work is being choked by the withholding of critically needed funds. It's not a mystery. And the result could well be to drive out people who are really smart and willing to work really hard to solve important problems and cure diseases and develop new tools and technologies that benefit all of us. Doing this is part of a scheme to make America great again is the height of madness. What it's actually doing is eroding America's competitive advantage in AI, biotech, semiconductors, and advanced manufacturing. I want to draw a parallel to nature. When environments become hostile to animals due to human activities, they are often forced to migrate elsewhere to find food, shelter, and mates. And losing mid-career researchers, it's like cutting down old-growth forests. Replacing them takes a long time. Now, there's a brilliant mathematician named Terence Dow, sometimes called the Mozart of math. He is hailed as the top mathematician of his generation, whose parents were Chinese immigrants who moved from Hong Kong to Australia. Terence took the SATs at age 8 and scored over 700 in math. Then at 16, he immigrated to the U.S. and became a tenured professor of mathematics at UCLA at the age of 24. In a recent story on NPR, he shared 2 things. One was why he was drawn to come to America in the first place. It was the vast, lively scientific ecosystem in this country. Universities, conferences, laboratories, vibrant and thriving. He also said as a child he was deeply affected by American TV shows like Cosmos and Sesame Street. If you watch the interview, he seems like a cool guy, not stuffy or pompous at all. The other thing he shared was that despite not wanting to leave this country, he may be forced to do so if his funding is cut off and can't be replaced. If the Mozart of math is thinking of walking away, it's not just his story, it's all of ours. It's a sign that the light we offered the world is flickering, which brings me to the torch holder herself. The Statue of Liberty is a powerful symbol for each of us born here and so many others around the world. Her torch represents enlightenment and the path to liberty and justice for all. Her tablet, inscribed with the date of our independence, represents law, democracy, and America's beginnings. Lady Liberty has stood in the harbor as a magnetic force and a welcoming presence for 140 years. Are we just going to watch as her torch gets extinguished? We could even view these extreme funding cuts as a kind of extinction event. Nations die slowly and then suddenly. Intellectual decline is always the first stage, and the quietest. For generations, brilliant minds crossed the oceans to come here because this was the place you could ask questions, challenge assumptions, and pursue discoveries without fear. The rest of the world is not patiently waiting for America to get its act together. Other countries are actively recruiting the people this country's pushing away. Talent goes where it can breathe. If we keep thinning the air around brilliance, we'll wake up one day wondering why the world got dimmer. If you need a moment to step out of the noise and into clarity, I'm offering a few return to presence sessions, 60 minutes one-on-one, to pause and reconnect with your own inner guidance. The link to book is in the show notes. As always, thank you for listening. If this episode spoke to you, subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Until next time, keep your third eye on the prize, and remember, truth is beyond belief.